All right, guys, we're over here working on the truck a little bit more. Mason got the new dash in. Got it from LMC. It's a complete dash top. Some people will just get the stick on, and that's okay. Those work good as well, but Skyler went ahead and he ordered the entire new dash cover. Mason's working on putting it on right now. Man, this thing is gonna be so sweet when it's done. Mason's just plugging up all the wires over here, and this thing's really gonna be ready to fire up. We've got a little bit of a mess going on. And Mason also picked up some Bondo, I believe, today. And he's gonna start doing a little bit of body work on the truck, fixing some small dents and stuff. We probably are gonna respray the truck when the time comes. I don't know when that's gonna be, but probably just gonna repaint the truck white. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. Guys, we got the dash pretty much put in to the point where we want to make sure all the wiring's good. And we just put the batteries back in the truck. Mason's tightening them down real good, as you can tell. And yeah, he's gonna see if this thing will crank. Got the shifter put back in. Got to drill some holes for these because this didn't obviously have it. It was an automatic cab. So yeah, he's gonna see if it'll fire real quick.
Ooh, that's a good sign.
Okay guys, we got the last piece we have to put in the dash is the bottom piece right there. It's right here. Gotta hook the trailer brake controller up. Mason's just tidying everything up down there. Yeah, that goes on that, but I put another one on it. We are just working on, we pretty much got everything dash was put in but this. We started the truck up, made sure that all the HVAC and everything's working. It's all cycling between the different functions and everything. So like I said, Mason just zip tying this up. We're gonna pop this plastic piece back on, and then after that, the dash is pretty much completely put back in the truck. So we'll just be able to put the seats in at that point, and yeah, keep moving along, slowly getting this thing taken care of. There's that black fender. Doesn't really line up very well. May have to get another fender. This one is one of the ones that someone's got on eBay, and they welded a different inner fender liner in it, so doesn't really line up the best. Okay guys, they got the seats put back in the truck. We did do a little duct tape job on this because the seat's ripped. I'm gonna try to talk Skyler into getting a new seat cushion. We looked up and you can't get the seat cushion. If it had that, this thing would have mint interior, full leather truck. Got the new dash pad put in there. We did forget to put something right here, so we're gonna have to find out what that is. There's a piece of black trim or something that covers that up. You guys can see that dash. This thing is turning out to be really nice now. Looks sick. It's gonna look super good. Everything put together, the black door panels. There's a small rip in that, but it's not that big of a deal.
Yes.
Grandma, tell us the story again. What happened? What did Bailey do yesterday?
Well, it wasn't Bailey, it was those other boys.
What'd they do?
They come up that hill and boy, the smoke was just a-flying and I thought there was a fire somewhere.
But they were just burning the tires.
Yes.
All right, it is now Sunday. We are over here at the house. We have Alex Humphrey's truck, and he's about to do a full top end on the truck. He has a ARP 625 head studs, and you'll have to explain what this stuff is. I don't really know.
Yeah, we got push rods, Hamilton extreme duty push rods, Hamilton cams, got 103-pound valve springs, billet retainers, And like you said, got the 625s.
The whole 9 yards, really. I mean, at this point, he said he's going to second gen swap the truck. And he just had the trans gone through it flat out. You guys know we buy everything from flat out. He's had the trans gone through. And yeah, he's just going to do a full top end on the truck so he can second gen swap it. And he's really going to put some power to it. And should be a pretty badass truck when he's done with it. Really clean, just like Corey's truck, pretty much same color and everything. I really appreciate these body style trucks. So yeah, make sure you guys go give him a follow on Instagram, and we're gonna go ahead and get started on this thing. We're just kind of letting it cool down right now. It's still hot. He just drove it here, but here we go. All right, guys, we got the valve train off of the truck. We got the push rods out, the fuel rail connecting tubes. We did run into a little bit of trouble when we were taking these off. They were all stuck. Whenever you guys go to take the fuel connecting lines off, sometimes they will want to spin the connector tube lockdown bolt. These deals here, it'll want to spin that off with it. So what I do, I just get it as tight as I can and heat the end of that with a torch, and they'll come loose. What happens is they get stuck on this line right here. But we got it all off, and what we're gonna do first is these valve springs. So basically you'll take this tool right here and you will set this on top of the valve springs. Go, I believe, like this. No, it goes like this. 2 intake and then the 2 exhaust, and then you will run a stud down in there, and basically it will just basically tighten down and compress those valve springs. And then you take the keepers out, take the valve springs out, and then tighten it back down and put the keepers in. So you always want to make sure each piston is at top dead center before you start tightening these down, or else you'll drop them down the cylinder and then you're gonna have to pull the head off. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get started on this. Set of the valve springs done. You guys can see them all in there. Pretty time consuming process, but all we gotta do is put the keepers in the last ones, make sure you don't drop any of those. And then we're gonna start pulling these head bolts out and one by one the head studs.
Alright guys, so Dylan had to go take care of some stuff, left me and Cole in charge of this. We got everything put back together. We got to put the fuel rail back on. We got these monster push rods from Hamilton cams in. We got, you can see our head studs in there. Everything's done except for valve lash. We got to run the valve lash. We've got to notch out our rocker cover back in here for the head studs to fit. Got to use some snap-on stuff, unfortunately. But you see back in here, the head studs will hit this ledge. Got to notch that out, possibly notch this out. I'm not 100% sure. You can see in the instructions where it shows to notch it out. And then we'll throw this thing back on, put the intake horn back in, put all that stuff back together, and then we'll be good to go.
Well, it only took a couple more hours and the truck's finally put back together, and they are about to head out for the night. Did run into some technical difficulties, but she's back together. And it's a school night. We all got to go to school tomorrow, so we're about to call it for the night. Cole.
What'd you learn today, Cole?
I learned that.
No, we're just not going to talk about it. It's okay.
I learned that you should always run
No, that's all we're going to talk about. Thank you guys so much for watching the videos. Appreciate it. Be sure to like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.